and gentlemen, an 8-round bout in the lightweight division. The officials for this bout are scoring judges Ron Lloyd, Howard Petchler. The kick judges are David Witt and Carl Turner, and the PKA representative, Robert Hale. Introducing first, in the blue corner, from Murfreesburg, Tennessee, 22 years old, stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and weighed in at 139 pounds. He has a contact karate record of 12 wins, 3 losses, 6 of his wins by knockout. He is PKA's number 7 world-ranked lightweight contender. Welcome, please, Thomas Chesterfield. And in the red corner, from Rockledge, Florida, he's 25 years old and is 6 feet tall and weighed in at 140 pounds. With a contact karate record of 17 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 4 of his wins by knockout. He is PKA's number 3 world-ranked lightweight contender, Mark High Stepper Gurley. The referee for the Southeast Lightweight Championship bout, Mr. Truman Irving.
Gentlemen, this is a professional contest, and I'll expect you to conduct yourselves as professionals throughout. There is absolutely no holding whatsoever. I will give you 2 warnings and only 2 warnings. After that, there will be a 1-point penalty. You both understand that. There's no kicking or striking below the waist. There's no kicking or striking when either of you is down. In the event of a knockdown, I want the fighter scoring that knockdown to go to the corner and rectify him and stay there and call you out. Let's go back, insert your mouthpieces, come out, begin the contest. Good luck and good health.
Scheduled for 8 here in Daytona Beach. Truman Irving, the same referee who had the Laux-Gurley fight. All right, here's Gurley in the white, number 3 ranked lightweight contender. He'll be taking on Thomas Chesterfield. It's a big opportunity for Chesterfield. 12-3, and here we go, Larry Black.
That side kick is going to be the one that Gurley just tries to dominate this fight with. I've seen Chesterfield fight only once before, and he was very impressive. His hands are very, very quick, and he can kick with either leg. But you notice that side kick always in his face. Gurley doesn't throw the side kick just to the body. He keeps it in your face the whole night.
Did the fight for ESPN when Gurley, the winner over Laux, and he cut Laux with that straight left, but then the side kick is what really hurt Leo badly.
The side kick hits with the unprotected portion of the foot. The bottom of that foot on the edge of the heel is very, very hard. Good jab, good timing on Gurley's part.
Chesterfield's best punch has been his left hook. He has 6 knockouts with that left. His side kick has been effective. Look at the length, though. Look how Gurley keeps you off balance.
Both these fighters lightweights with very, very long legs. So they can both keep you away with those long kicks. Chesterfield uses his kicks. That's what I like about him. He uses his kicks, and then he gets in, and he knows how to use the hands when he gets in tight. Good side kick from Chesterfield, showing Gurley he's not the only one that can throw a side kick.
Chesterfield played some football in high school. Gurley was a swimmer, also played football. It's a good left by Chesterfield.
He was answering a good left by Gurley. Gurley dashed across, landed his left, and then Chesterfield said, I can give it as well as get it.
There's a story, round 1, scheduled for 8. Larry, I was really impressed with Gurley's hang toughness against Leo Laux. He could have bowed out and bagged it. He came back and got the TKO.
When I saw that fight, I thought it was all over for Gurley. But he came back and he won.
All right, as we wind it down, the end of round number 1, Gurley and Chesterfield back. Let's take a look at some of the action. This is Chesterfield in black going against the white pants of Gurley.
That was actually the best punch of the round as Chesterfield came rushing in and Gurley beat him with his timing and stepped in with a right jab.
So Chesterfield is up and he's ready to go. Gurley gets all the rest he can. Round 2 scheduled for 8 from Daytona Beach.
Mike Green is a very crafty coach in the corner, and that's the way he coaches Gurley, to sit on that stool and get every bit of rest possible.
How do you counter somebody who's got a front kick like a Gurley?
A front leg that stays in your face all night is very, very difficult to fight around. The only way to beat it is with feinting motions, to move in, make him pick up his leg, and then just like that, slide in behind the feint, land that left hand.
The voice of Larry Black, who's competed himself. Round 2.
That will be a slip.
The referee is so important in PKA.
Truman Irving is one of the most respected referees in the sport. He's done more rounds than any of our active referees right now. And he keeps his eye on the fighters with an eye towards their health more than anything else. He's not going to let someone get hurt.
Once again, the side kick of Gurley, very, very long, and he just keeps you off balance.
Gurley has a very confident look on his face. He actually smiles at his opponent when he thinks he's got it made.
You know, it's interesting. Chesterfield, talking to him before the fight, said he does not believe Gurley can hurt him with his hands, but he can hurt him with his feet.
That was a jump spinning back kick that landed on Gurley's ribs, but to no effect.
You take a look at the 15-4 record of Chesterfield. The losses have been to tough people. This guy will take you on.
This has been Chesterfield's best round. Landed that back kick and the early left hook. Gurley hasn't really landed effectively in the round.
Chesterfield in black, Gurley in white. Gurley, the taller of the two fighters. All right, you heard Truman Irving hold it as we end round 2. And let's follow Gurley back to his corner. We'll listen in.
That's a close round still.
He's good.
Looking good, man. Keep it up.
Look good, okay?
Believe in your hands.
Use your hands. Your hands will work.
You're a little hesitant.
You're not leading off with them, okay? And you can. Just squeeze in a little bit.
Be deep.
Use that uppercut like you use it in the gym, okay?
All right, let's go over and listen in Thomas Chesterfield's corner.
Double that hook. Okay? Double that hook on the inside. You're looking good.
Hey, where can I get it coming off the ropes, man?
You're looking good.
Where can I get it coming off the
Go
ropes?
side kick at him. Go side kick at him.
Sam Urey in the corner telling him to throw the side kick when Gurley comes off those ropes, because he springs off the rope with a side kick of his own.
And I like that. Chesterfield wanted some help, and he got some good words. Round 3 scheduled for 8. Gurley once again smiles at Chesterfield and then comes out with that side kick. How do you have it scored thus far, Larry?
I've got it 19 points for Gurley and 20 for Chesterfield. The first round was even, but that second round, by a slight margin, went to Chesterfield.
This stage, Gurley, the better kicker. Chesterfield has had more sting in his punches.
Both these fighters are excellent kickers and prolific kickers. Chesterfield has kicked 24 times in 2 rounds. Gurley has kicked 42 times in 2 rounds, Irv.
Well, he is impressive. He is good with his feet. He's so long. He reminds you a little bit of Wallace. I've never seen anybody that flexible as Bill Wallace, but Gurley has worked a great deal on flexibility and it's paid off.
Well, Bill Superfoot Wallace takes the power stretch machine to its limits and sits there as though it's not even stretching him. He goes to 225 degrees open.
Both fighters appear to be in excellent shape. There's a good left by Chesterfield.
Gurley was told in his corner between rounds that it was another close round. He needs to come out and win this round. Chesterfield, you notice, dancing out of the way of that side kick. A good left hook there by Gurley, and Chesterfield even acknowledged it.
There, we get a lot of questions, the difference between a side kick and a front kick, an axe kick. Maybe you can just describe quickly, because we're seeing the side kick.
Here's a quick karate lesson. What you're seeing is a side kick. It lands with the heel. The front kick lands with the ball of the foot, with the knee straight up, and the axe kick goes over your head and drops straight down like an axe with the back of the heel. Of the 3, the axe kick is the only one that lands with the padded portion of the foot. The front kick and the side kick land with the unprotected portion on the bottom of the foot.
Chesterfield and Gurley as we near the end of round 3.
That's your first morning, fellas.
In round 3, 8-round bout.
Round 4, Chesterfield, black pants, going against Gurley, white pants. Scheduled for 8 here in Daytona Beach.
All day long, the point karate fighters from 5 years old to 60 years old and the forms competitors have gone through 1,200 of them in the Kenwood U.S. Open just to get to see these contact karate fights.
We do have a good one going here. It's been a good, even fight. Chesterfield has had some tough losses, including 2 to former world champion Tony Rosser. And he has trained hard for this fight. He appears to be ready.
Chesterfield, unfortunately, was raised in Tennessee near Tony Rosser's hometown of Memphis. And that's why he was used as early bait for Tony Rosser. And that's why he had those losses. As he matures, it's going to be tough to beat Chesterfield. He uses the side kick well, as does Gurley, but so far the best kick for Chesterfield in this fight's been that jump spinning back kick.
Where the side kick hurts you, that jump spinning back kick, the velocity here at ringside is special.
Well, you have all of the same force, the same velocity of the side kick, along with the centrifugal force of turning your back and spinning into the technique.
Larry, when I first saw Gurley, he now appears to be much stronger. I talked to him earlier. He's now benching 225. He just looks bigger. Everything just seems more toned.
He's maturing also as a fighter. He's 25 years old, and he says he hasn't even reached his peak yet. Now, that was a warning for holding on. They're not allowed to hold in PKA karate. It's one of the differences between this sport and a sport where you would not use your legs.
Gurley in business for himself, owns a glass company. He's getting all he wants tonight from Thomas Chesterfield. The promoters have done an excellent job with this match. I like it very much. The end of round 4. Chesterfield, Sam Urey, let's listen in.
Yeah, you can't hold around the neck. Don't hook the neck. Stay, keep your hands in close. And work. No, you don't got it because you're not doing it. Now keep your hands off the neck. When you get inside, work the hands up on you. You got to work.
Let's go over to Mark Gurley and listen in.
Looking good. Looking good. All right, Bubba. All right, Bubba. All right, Bubba.
The fighters started with over 20 kicks each in each round. In that last round, they're down to 10 for Chesterfield, 13 for Gurley. So they're going to work now. They've gotten a little bit tired and not throwing quite as many kicks.
Larry, we mentioned Gurley, the high steppers win over locks. He also beat Gary Garner. You're not talking about chopped liver. That's a pretty good fighter.
Gary Garner, one of the few people who have beaten Jerry Trimble. But then again, Jerry Trimble, in a tough fight with Mark Gurley last May, was able to take Gurley. A beats B, B beats C, and then C comes back and beats A. Jerry Trimble, after that, revenged his loss by beating Gary Garner in Atlanta.
Larry, you've seen a million of these. Do you have a feel for it? Will it go the distance?
It looks like it will. I don't see anybody building up to that potential knockout capability.
I'll tell you what, Chesterfield knocked all the air out of the joint with that one. He couldn't make contact, but he's got some weapons.
He's trying to beat the side kick now by stepping in as he sees Gurley pull up his back leg. If Gurley can use that to his advantage, he'll start landing the side kick to the head.
You know, and he admitted before the fight, he says, that side kick of Gurley, I know is going to bother me. What he was counting on is Gurley dropping his right. He's able to hit him on the button. Pretty good left that time by Mark Gurley.
Well, continuing Karate 101, that was a round kick that Chesterfield threw up to the head, which lands on the top of the padded area. Comes in a circular motion. That's why it's called a round kick.
Gurley just coils like a snake when he's in trouble, and he just uses his leg and his reach with his legs to keep his opponent off balance.
He bounces off the rope with that side kick better than anyone in the business, but that was a good left hook to the body by Chesterfield.
Indeed it was, and and a good kick. A side kick of his own by Chesterfield.
Raised it right up to the mouth. Gurley rubbed his mouth after that one like, hey, I wasn't expecting it.
We wind it down, the end of round 5, scheduled for 8.
That's the end of round 5.
Let's pick up the action, Larry, and let you describe it.
Well, the side kick going to the face is unexpected by Gurley. What Chesterfield did was pick his leg up as though he was going to throw it to the body, and then his foot just kept rising, and he thrust it into the face as Gurley's right hand went down.
Best kick of the fight for this man, Thomas Chesterfield. He really dug a a hard left into the body of Gurley. What does that do in the later rounds, Larry?
For every hard blow that you receive like that, taking some of your wind out, you can say it knocks out about 2 rounds of your potential fighting ability. So Gurley better be in shape for about a 10-rounder now, because he's got to go 3 more rounds.
Keep in mind now, Chesterfield has got a dynamite left hook, and he has knocked out 6 opponents with that left.
Now he's complaining that the kick landed low. Now this happens when you have 2 kickers in the ring and they're both raising their legs at the same time. It's not a foul. You see the warning. He says it was unintentional. We know it, but watch out.
And you know, when you're raising your legs as much as Mark Gurley is, and he smiles, you know, I love his attitude. You're gonna catch low kicks. It's just as simple as that.
Well, they wear the groin protectors, the cup, but sometimes even a hard kick on the cup can cause a lot of damage. Chesterfield is feeling some advantage. He moved across with that left and right.
The momentum suddenly has changed. Chesterfield is getting more confident as this thing is going on. He just does not believe, it appears, that Gurley can hurt him with his hands.
The best weapons that Chesterfield used in his previous fight that I got to see was the combinations when he had his opponent on the ropes, and Gurley has not allowed him to get in there and use those combinations. So he's had to rely on the kicks.
Chesterfield has lost the mouthpiece. This is round 6. We're scheduled for 8. Pretty good left by Thomas.
That was almost the knee to the face as Chesterfield ducked down. That's another danger in PKA karate. Ducking down when your opponent is kicking, you might run into the knee. You have to be impressed at how clean this fight is. There's only been 1 warning for holding, and Chesterfield's corner admonished him for doing it. Both fighters.
Oh, a solid right in the left. Look at the action as Chesterfield lands a couple on a butt.
Chesterfield does not want to let Gurley out of the corner because he knows then he can kick. He tries to stay on top of him and jam that side kick.
Well, he jammed that side kick that time into the ribs of Gurley. A pretty good left by Thomas Chesterfield.
He set it up with a right hand to the solar plexus and then brought that left hand over the top.
Guy's tough. As you mentioned, you've had an opportunity to see Chesterfield. The people here have not. It's been a very good fight, Larry.
An excellent fight.
Let's listen in. Thomas Chesterfield.
He's throwing that side kick. Fire the right to the body. Run over that side. Now, when he throws his side kick, run over that side kick, throw the right to the body, then come back with the hook.
Take a look at that punch. Larry is. We'll catch some more of the action.
It seemed to glance off the elbow, and that one glanced off the top of the head, but Chesterfield is definitely dominating the action.
One more angle. All right, round 7. I'll tell you what I'm impressed with, Larry. Chesterfield really listens to his corner. You know, a lot of people don't listen. Boxers, karate fighters, this guy listens.
He's an excellent fighter in that he does pay attention. He asks questions in the corner. Mark Gurley also listens. Mike Green, a very well-respected karate instructor and point karate fighter here in Florida, is his trainer.
It's a solid right to the ribs of Gurley. What's the scoring look like?
I've got Chesterfield ahead by 2 points at a score of 57-59. I believe he won those last 2 rounds big. I had it even up to there.
This is round 7, scheduled for 8. Both fighters in tremendous shape.
Irv, I should mention that my scoring, of course, won't be counted by the officials. Mine is unofficial, but I've judged quite a number of these fights, and I'm usually right on the money. Now watch me eat my words.
You know, there's a spinning back kick that doesn't make contact, but the left did. Oh, right on the button by Chesterfield. Gurley is not hurt.
Chesterfield was looping those punches with his arms. That's the reason Gurley was able to take it. Once Chesterfield puts his hip into that punch, it may be Katie bar the door.
Pretty good straight left that time by Gurley, fighting back. Gurley can't take a punch. He showed me something in Port Huron in his fight with Leo Locks because he was really hurt and he came back and won it.
Chesterfield likes to set up that left hand with a right to the body. That's a smart move.
I'll tell you, as we wind it down, round 7, these guys have no quit in them.
Gurley closed that round out very, very well. He was in that round all the way.
You got to pull it out, man. You're looking good. And look, when you go with that right to the body, come back with the hook. Hey, come back with the hook.
Gotta get contact. Okay. Right to the body, left the body, right the head, left the head.
Listen.
Hey,
watch out,
get
watch out.
contact.
Yeah, stay tight, man. Stay tight. Don't lunge. Yeah, don't lunge with that hook. Don't lunge with that hook.
Relax. Put them together, right?
Yeah! Larry, it appears to be so close. Are judges influenced by a final round? Is it what happens last that you remember when you score?
The judges' scores are collected after every round, so they're not able to change those scores later. It's on a 10-point must system, so they've scored 10 points for the winner, 9 points, or 8 points, or 7 points for the loser. This fight's been so close, none of my scores have been greater than 10-9, and I've had a couple of even rounds, 10-10.
All right, this is the money round, and a couple of competitors have done a great job. This is a high energy level fight. Gurley in white, Chesterfield in black.
You notice Gurley waiting on the round kick. The round kick is a little easier to throw than the side kick, so when you get a little tired, you can flick the round kicks out. The problem is it doesn't keep your opponent off the way the side kick does. Gurley just waits for the round kick. That was a side kick, but he's waiting for a round kick so he can jam it and move in with a left hand. Terrific exchange.
Oh, look at that. Gurley is hurt. He fights out of it. I tell you, that Gurley can't take a punch. Chesterfield nailed him on the button twice.
I was impressed by the fact that Gurley landed a couple of blows in that exchange as well. Chesterfield being warned again, don't hold him. Not an official warning, just a caution. Hard body punch by Chesterfield, but Gurley answers with a punch to the head.
They got to have a rematch on this one. This has been sensational. Dynamite fight.
You're absolutely right. That right hand by Gurley snapped Chesterfield's head around.
We'll wind it down.
I was going to say, it looks like we're going to have to go to a decision because neither fighter wants to go down, and they can both take a shot.
And the crowd is buzzing. Who's going to win this thing? Look at this exchange, folks.
Both fighters finishing strong right above us.
Beautiful fight. What a great fight. All right, who won it? Well, we're going to find out. The decision coming up. Let's go to our ring announcer, Carl Kaufman.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the beautiful Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida, the decision of the main event of the 1985 Kenwood U.S. Open. Judge Lloyd scores the fight 76-77 for Chesterfield. Judge McCaughey scores the fight 78-77, Gurley. Judge Petzler scores the fight 75-77. The winner by split decision, Thomas Chesterfield.
All right. Whoa, what a fight.
And